Hi everyone, I'm Courtney, and today I want to teach you English. I'm going to talk about the Costa Rican address system. I have a friend that lives in Costa Rica, and I asked her if I could send her a letter. What she told me about Costa Rican addresses made me laugh so hard. I know that every country is different. However, the Costa Rican address system is hilarious to me. The Costa Rican address system is very different than what I'm used to here in the US, and it's very different from address systems in Canada and other parts of the world as well, like Europe. If you're from Costa Rica, this system makes sense to you. If you're not from Costa Rica, you might just be as confused as I was. Let me explain. In many countries, addresses are very exact. You usually have a house number, a street name, a city, and a zip code. For example, an address might be something like this: 342 Apple Street, apartment 4, Dallas, Texas, 12345. Something like that. In Costa Rica, however, addresses don't work like this. Instead of using exact street names and numbers, people usually give directions using landmarks. A landmark is a place that many people recognize. Some examples of landmarks are churches, banks, a school, maybe even a large tree or a fountain. Landmarks help people understand where something is located. A typical Costa Rican address might sound something like this: from the Central Park, 100 meters south, 50 meters west, red house with a white gate. This address tells you where to start and then gives you directions on how to get to the final destination. One important thing to know is that Costa Ricans use meters instead of blocks to give directions. They might say 50 meters, 100 meters, or even 200 meters. This can be confusing at first if you're not used to thinking in meters. However, after some time, you'll start to understand how far these distances really are. Another key detail is the use of cardinal directions like north, south, east, and west. If you ask someone in Costa Rica for directions, they're probably not going to say left or right. They're probably going to use a cardinal direction. For example, a Costa Rican might tell you to go 200 meters north instead of saying go straight. Knowing the cardinal directions will be very useful for you if you're visiting Costa Rica. In a lot of towns, the Central Park is the most important or most referenced landmark. People will often give you directions starting from the park. In Costa Rica, a park isn't just a space to relax, have a picnic, and hang out. The park is a very important part of the address system. Sometimes Costa Rican addresses include landmarks that don't exist anymore. I think this is probably my favorite part of the system. For example, someone might give an address that includes near the old swimming pool or near the old bank. Even if the pool or the bank closed many years ago, often people will know and understand the reference point. My question was, what if someone painted their house? And the answer is that usually the address changes. For example, if someone's address used to be 100 meters from the post office, purple house with a coconut tree, but they painted their house green, now their address would be 100 meters from the post office, greenhouse with a coconut tree. If you aren't used to this system, it will feel weird to you. Because I'm not used to this system, it made me laugh a lot the first time I heard it. However, locals will know exactly what you mean when you use addresses like this. Another interesting part of the system is that houses usually don't have visible numbers. Instead, people describe houses by their features. You might hear something like the yellow house with a black gate. This description helps delivery drivers and visitors find the right place. Because addresses can be very long, you'll often see people write them as short paragraphs instead of line by line. This doesn't mean that the address is wrong, and it's common to see addresses written as short stories. In recent years, technology has helped make things easier. People use Google Maps or WhatsApp location pins. When someone sends you a location pin, you can see the exact location on your phone. This is helpful for delivery drivers, taxis, visitors, and other people in Costa Rica that aren't used to this address system. Even with this technology, the traditional address system is very common. Many people prefer to give directions using the traditional address system rather than sending a location pin. This is part of Costa Rican communication and culture. If you're visiting Costa Rica, it's a good idea to ask questions if you're confused. People are usually very friendly and happy to help. They might repeat the directions more than one time. Sometimes you might have multiple people trying to give you directions all at once. If you're not used to directions like this, you'll have to listen carefully. Try to remember the order of the directions. Most addresses start with a landmark, then a cardinal direction, then the description of the location you're trying to go. If you follow the steps in order, the address becomes easier to understand. At first, this system may feel confusing or even frustrating. With time and practice, many people find this system to be creative and even practical. It reflects how communities are organized and how people relate to their environment. So, if you hear an address that sounds more like a story than a number, don't worry. This is totally normal in Costa Rica. With a little patience and practice, you can begin to use this system for yourself. Do you have a friend learning English? Please share this video with them. Remember, if you liked this video, you can find more videos just like this on EnglishSponge.com. I'm Courtney. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!